Chapter 78. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. I noticed that I was still on the ship. It's a fine weather with blue sky when I opened my eyes. My body is swaying following the ship's movement. I recalled to the earlier event while feeling the sway. I wonder what was that? It was me for certain. But, at the same time I am not sure. I doesn't feel like myself. It's embarrassing to remember. I want to hide my face with something now. I have an urge to roll around while shouting, "Aaaaaaa." No, I won't do it. That I wonder what was that really? I felt like I used some kind of magic. However, normally I shouldn't be able to use magic. That's why I couldn't explain the phenomenon that happened in that place. I could feel magic power. I wonder why I could feel it. Oh. That's it. I will understand when checking my guild card, right? But I am afraid to look at it. No. There is nothing wrong. I am sure it's just my imagination. I feel a chill, but I am sure it's just my imagination. I won't understand unless I confirm it myself. If I see it, I am sure I will learn various things and broaden my understanding. I drop a little blood on my guild card to confirm my status. Skills. True. Extreme cannibalism, unique, abnormal conditions almost invalid, unique, godhood, unique, special magic. God, unique, love of sea goddess as vast as the sea, unique, war goddess is having fun, can't be helped, unique, earth goddess is unique, goddess has likely become a Yandra, unique, sponsored by Goddess, Earth Goddess, War Goddess, Sea Goddess. I should have not seen it. I exhale a big sigh and checking the details as usual. The name has stayed as it is. Of course it's a matter of fact race is bad. It dropped with a considerable number. It said whether I can be called a human or not. No, it's still written as human race. Therefore I am a human. The age has stayed as it is. Of course it's also a matter of fact. I wonder how high is my HP. I don't want to think about it anymore. The text on MP column has changed. But what is, for now, at the end of the text? I am sure I will understand if I look at skill details. STR, it changes a little if I look closely. It shattered the stars, not just break it. It's getting worse. VIT hasn't changed. I feel relieved for some reason. I hope it stays just as it is. For the peace of my heart. INT also had, for now, at the end of the text. I will understand this later as well. MND said it's meaningless. I see, it's meaningless. People who attack me with magic are doing a useless thing. AGL. It's the biggest problem this time. Sigh. The heck with, for the next time. Perhaps they couldn't come up with a good text. Does this mean it has changed? Is that so? Dex. I guess I'll follow the warning quietly or something fearful will be made. Well then. It's finally the skill's turn. It will be alright, Wazoo. Believe in yourself. You can definitely take it. It would be good if that's the case. True, extreme cannibalism. Conventional ability, you also can eat magical power now. The higher quality of magical power, the better its taste. For that reason, you can feel quality and quantity of magical power now. Oh, I'm supposed to be able to feel magical power with the influence of this skill. But, what does eating magical power mean? It's not something that humans can do. Let's not eat as much as possible. Abnormal conditions almost invalid, unchanged. I like this skill the best. Please stay just as it is. Godhood. Evolves to a being close to God. You can't activate it with your own will at present. It's scary. I guess this explained the phenomenon from before. Will I finally turn into an human being? But close to God. I wonder if it will be the same kind as the goddesses. I don't quite understand. However, I couldn't control it with my own will. I guess this activated by itself because my life was in danger in the previous battle. Special magic. God. Creation of heaven and earth. You can cause all kinds of phenomenon. Current status, unusable at present. I think it's a magic that I used to stop the sea water before. Current status is unusable, probably it can be used only in godhood state. Whether I can use it or not doesn't matter now. I don't have time to worry about it, especially now. The thing I have seen so far is that I have been strengthened on the whole. Please don't tell me that I will become even stronger than this later. Yash. Let's see the rest in jiffy. Love of sea goddess as vast as the sea. Thank you for helping my beloved people of the sea. I will repay your kindness with this body when we meet. For now, I will give you plenty of blessings as thanks. Yeah, as I thought. War goddess is having fun, can't be helped. I want to meet you soon and fight. You are getting stronger again. Uff. I will absolutely win and make you mine. My body feels good to touch because it has moderate muscle, so please wait in expectation. She is a battle maniac as the name implies. This goddess. Is that really feels good to touch? Gulp. Earth goddess is M. Ah. You. Wazoo. Sama cold gaze in godhood state. Merciless attack. AA. Irresistible. Please abuse me in godhood state. I wonder what she is saying. This goddess. More importantly, what is this M thing? I don't really understand. Goddess has likely become a Yandra. Coo. Everyone. How long are you going to meddle between Wazoo. San and me? Does all out. War sounds good for you? I wonder what is this? I don't know the meaning of word Yandra, but I feel scared for some reason. I can feel something dangerous is approaching. It suddenly comes to my mind, goddess. Sama is number one for me. I tried to think so and look at the guild card once again. Skills. Sea goddess is sulking. Not fair. War goddess is sulking. Not fair. Earth goddess is sulking. Not fair. Goddess triumphed. Ho. Yup, let's forget it. I put my guild card into my pocket quietly. Chapter 79. You are listening at novelfull.audio. I stored the guild card and raised my body to go to where Freud is for the time being. Biki it hurts. My body is screaming in pain. Even though I just moved my upper body a little, but it hurts all over. Is this because godhood skill? It seems to be a side effect because I had just returned from godhood state. It's been a long time since I felt such a pain. I got tearful eyes a little because so much pain. I move my body while enduring the pain to go look for Freud. It takes everything just to walk. Freud and Grave. San were poking their noses towards the sea from the edge of the ship. They were talking to each other in positions where they could throw up any moment. I move my aching body and head towards that place. Wazoo. Sama, is it all right to move around? Freud, yeah, I am fine. Wazoo, to think that you'd suddenly faint after returning to the ship, I was really surprised. Grave, I seems I made you worry. Wazoo, Freud's observing my condition. His complexion was bad but it turned into a smile. Or rather, you guys are the ones who look like are going to die. However, what on earth happened? Your hair have changed a bit. Grave, changed. Wazoo, huh? Is there something strange? I couldn't tell because I couldn't see it. I wonder how it changed. I hope it doesn't become strange. I couldn't confirm it myself. Here, look at yourself. Mirror of water shows my figure. Grave, when Grave. San casted his magic, a thin water around the size of face appeared from his fingertip. I understood the part that has changed as I brought my face closer to it. Originally my hair color was pitch black, but now those black hair have turned white here and there. What to say, it seems like some kind of pattern. What happened to my hair? Wazoo, it has been in that state since you returned here. Any idea about the cause? Freud, there is something but. Wazoo, I think it's the effect of godhood. Will it return to original? You don't have to worry, isn't it nice? I think it looks cool. Grave, is that so? Wazoo, Grave.san is so positive. Well, it seems impossible even if I wanted to go back to original now. Should I keep this appearance? Because I don't know the way to return it. By the way, how long have I been slept since I had returned? Wazoo, Not much time has passed, right? Grave, let's see, it's not even 1 hour, I guess. Freud, Grave.san answered lightly and Freud answered with an approximation. It seems I won't be able to move around that long after entering godhood state. Is it going to be like this each time? I don't think I'll face a situation where my life is in danger so often, but I have to be a little bit more careful. After that the three of us continued chatting to kill some time. It's mainly the talk about Grave.san's harem relationship. I was terrified by the broadness of his woman preference. Regardless of their age, it seems he's earnestly wooing every woman he likes. From an ordinary townspeople to a knight's, there is also a woman pirate from the South Sea. However, as Grave.san said himself, he didn't want to get involved with royal family. It seems he was also never going after the women who have a partner. However, are they not fighting each other with so many wives? Or, won't he be targeted by some crazy jealous guy out there? Apparently Grave.san's wives are in very good relationship. They established Graves Wives Association to exchange information every day. They are also protecting Grave.san from bad insects behind the scene. But Grave.san, you're an S.rank adventurer, aren't you? How is it possible that you are in the position to be protected? Wazoo, no. 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 I'm not always wary of my surroundings. What would happen if I got attacked at such time? S.rank or not, I still can be cut by sword, Grave, that's true. Perhaps I'm an exception. You can't underestimate the information network of my wives' association. Because they are all over the world. Ha ha ha. Grave, I see, you are completely hidden under their butts, huh? Wazoo, of course. I am no match against my wives. But if there is a guy who'd hurt my wives, the death would be coming to them. No matter who that guy is, Grave, the atmosphere of Grave.san who said so suddenly changed. The surrounding air became heavy. It becomes impossible to move in such intense pressure. It can be said that he is in the perfect appearance of S.rank adventurer now. Well, I'm fine though. I know it. I never thought of making an enemy of Grave.san, Wazoo, well, that goes for me too, Grave. The heavy atmosphere disappeared at once and Grave.san floated a friendly and gentle smile. There is such a person, huh? I and Grave.san shook hands firmly. But harem? Well, that's impossible for me. I don't have a partner in the first place. Then the three of us continued our conversation. Shortly afterward the ship arrived at the harbor. At the moment of arrival, Freud jumped off of the ship and sprawled out on the ground. He began to stroke the ground like a lover. How wonderful, it's not shaking. I won't leave you anymore. Freud, I and Grave.san were astonished towards Freud's eccentric behavior. Grave.san slowly pointing at Freud. Is he always like this? Even though he's a princess's butler. Well, I don't mind it because he is interesting fellow. Grave, dunno. I just met him recently. Wazoo, for now, I tried not to think deeply about Freud. Or rather, just leave him alone. Chapter 80. You are listening at novelfull.audio. This is a story of the horror I felt that day. Yes, that day. It was the day after several days has passed since we met Namanisa.Sama and Naralina.Sama, their family decided to step down from the royal line. It seemed they will head to the south with those who wanted to follow them. Actually, we also met the king. He was an easy-going person. I mean, a friendly person. When people see elves, most would normally think of how to capture and sell us. Oh. There were also a choice to make us a plaything, weren't there? But the people of this royal family lacked such atmosphere entirely and casually interacted with us. I was so glad. Oops, I derailed from the story. In these past few days we were staying with their family. The reason is simple, to help Namanisa.Sama and Naralina.Sama's travel preparation. Numbers of shoulder bags and magic item that has been imbued with low-tier space-time magic, called item bag, are being prepared. We are going to use it to carry things. This bag can store more luggage than its appearance allows it to. With this our journey will become easier. As expected of royal family, I thought. Then, Orlando was introduced when we were preparing for a journey. He is an exclusive knight of Namanisa.Sama and Naralina.Sama's elder brother, Navirio. Orlando is a man who came from Linnik City together with Wazoo.San. We were listening to the story about Wazoo.San in the previous war. I was surprised, even though I knew that Wazoo.San's strong. He trampled down monsters that came to our village single-handedly, and this time his opponent were monsters plus knights plus S.rank adventurer. I want to complain about how strong he is. I heard he made a guild card. I wish he'd let me see it later. By the way, it seems that recently Sirona is suspecting me to have special feelings towards Wazoo.San. I'll have to say it later that there are no such feelings. I just want to be his friend. My ideal is a cool, rich and good-looking man like a prince, a strong and yet gentle person who will treasure me forever. Setting aside if such a person really exists. Our relationship became close during preparations. With a common acquaintance called Wazoo.San as a clique, we were talking about various things. Eventually it reached the point where they were talking about what part of Wazoo.San they liked, what they wanted to convey to Wazoo.San when they meet, or how it would be nice to spend the wedding night together. I wanted them to consider about me a little who was also in this place. In such heated conversation, Tada.San's night lecture attracts most of our interest. She is the only person experienced among Wazoo.San's harem members. Although it's a painful experience, but for our sake and in order for them to please Wazoo.San, she taught us that knowledge. I truly believe that a time when I will need this knowledge will come in the future, so I also listen to it carefully. Finally, tomorrow is the day. King and his followers will head to the south, and we will head to the north to chase after Wazoo.San, because our preparation should be also finished at that time. The day of horror. We have our dinner in the hall inside the castle to celebrate our departure. According to the king's story, Naralina.Sama's Knights Order and Navirio.Sama's Knights Order have merged and they will also follow them to south. Approximately half of the knights who served in this country and around 70% of the citizen seems to be planning to leave. The guild headquarters are also going to move to another place. I understand well how much King and his family were loved by their citizens. Still, according to the story, it seems that the Prime Minister was delighted because he is going to become the next king himself. I think this country has already ended. But that's a story for another time. We were talking happily to enjoy our time before temporary separation. But then our conversation stopped when the door opened abruptly. The horror will begin soon. Before everyone's line of sight, there was the Prime Minister we were talking about a short while ago. A lanky bald man dressed in clothes which were adorned with silver and gold and poor taste, there was a vulgar smile floated on his face. A bunch of knights behind him were observing us with an indiscriminate look, they were probably those who sided with him. Prime Minister looked at the surrounding people inside the hall, then he bowed in exaggerated manner as if enacting. Greeting everyone, are you enjoying the meal inside my castle? Zizu, you are going to officially become the king after our departure tomorrow, got that? Neralina, the princess answered without hiding her frustration towards the Prime Minister's statement. No, I am not wrong. Because the current king will die here. Zizu, the knights raised their swords under the Prime Minister's command. When we were surrounded, Orlando.San and other knights from our side stepped forward to defend us, keeping the opponents in check. Fufufu. Going to keep struggling until the end, huh? How troubling. I will also teach the citizens who is my slave, to know their place later, Zizu, bastard. How dare you to call our citizens as slave, Givrio, what are you so angry about? Well, it doesn't matter because you are going to die here no matter what, Zizu, he said so and his knights moved one step forward in unison. Bastard. Givrio, fufufu. That's right, your daughters will become playthings for the knights in this castle, they will receive plenty of love so rest assured, Zizu, he. My lord, please also give us the elves over there, sure, Zizu, the knights are licking all over us from bottom to top with their lustful gaze. Then, the Prime Minister said something that should have never been said. After I mess up their pretty faces, let's see. The country's hero that people are talking about, Wazoo was it? I will bring you in front of him and say, look at this lump of trash who once were worshipped by citizen. I shall have him die afterwards, Zizu, snap, the horror begin. The enemy of mine, listen to the sound of wind that calls upon death, Sirona, the knight's swords and armors were turned into scraps by Sirona's magic. Her smile frozen. It seems she doesn't intend to kill them with magic that easily. While the knights who lost their equipments were frightened, a woman with red hair dashed forwards, Neralina.Sama. She sent a jump kick towards a knight and started to beat down the surrounding knights in rage. Fu Mu. My martial arts skills seem to be a little dull. Well, it's because I lack a suitable training partner, Neralina. There, she continued to fight in melee combat with the knights who siding with the Prime Minister. Orlando and the knights from our side also joined the battle on this side. I also joined in while felt the anger surging, because a person who rescued our village was being insulted. Come to think of it, what about the Prime Minister? When I looked around, I found the Prime Minister was caught between a transparent wall and hall wall. What on earth is going on? Once I widened my field of vision, I noticed Tada.San and Namanisa.San were in front of him. Guge.Ge, Zizu, I see, there was also such a way to use barrier magic, Tada, yeah, because this is a kind of a wall, you also can use it to capture the opponent like this, Namanisa, they are talking with a smile but. I feel a chill running down my spine. What was wrong? PL please help me. Zizu, can I learn it? Tada, of course, I will teach you later. Namanisa, they didn't hear the Prime Minister's plea and continued their conversation in calm manner. I feel terror creeping inside my heart for some reason, I promise to not make them angry at any cost. In the blink of an eye, the Prime Minister and his knights lost and were confined in the dungeon. The next day, after handing over the key to the knight who stayed, we started our journeys to our respective destinations. Chapter 81 You are listening at NovelFull.audio. We arrived at the port town and headed to the inn with hot spring facilities in this port town to stay overnight as we have decided beforehand. The inn fees will be on Grave.San as his thanks for nursing him during the trip. Thank you very much. Look, don't just nod Freud, say thanks to Grave.San. Since we are all men, we rented one room to be shared together so that a little bit cheaper. Even if we are going to stay for a while, I don't have anything to do here in particular so I head to the hot spring. Freud disappeared into the town saying there was something to do, while Grave.San immediately headed out because he found a woman that attracted his attention. Please calm down a bit more, these two adults. It seems the bath turn is divided by gender and time. Good timing, men's turn just started not long ago when I came, I could enter smoothly just as it is without waiting. There were no other guests when I entered the place. I took off my clothes inside the dressing room and I leisurely soaked my body in hot water after I finished washing it. Foo-I. Wazoo, it seems like the fatigue remaining in every corner of my body slowly dissolves into hot water, it feels really good. I heard sound of someone entering the bath as I was enjoying myself. There was Grave.San when I looked towards the entrance. He has toned body as expected of S.Rank adventurer. I couldn't see him as someone who would throwing up helplessly during the trip. More importantly, please hide your front. You, Wazoo boy. Grave, You are early Grave.San. How about your business? Wazoo, well of course, she has become a splendid number 196. Grave.San said so. He washed his body while humming before soaking himself into hot water. To conquer a woman in this short time. He is an enemy of men in a way. Well, he has a good face. His personality also isn't bad. He paid my lodging fee. S.Rank adventurer, so there is no doubt he is strong. Damn, he is perfect. Fui hot spring bath is nice. Here, I can forget about unpleasant parts of world. Grave, you are S.Rank adventurer and have a lot of wives, is there something you are dissatisfied with? Wazoo, of course. There is no limit to human greed. There are various things that I want to do, and various things that are going to happen. Well, this is so-called life, Grave. Wazoo, what is this guy saying? You don't get it. Well, Wazoo will understand it in the near future. I also needed years to come up with the answer. Grave, I don't quite understand, it sounds like an adult's things. Wazoo, ha ha ha. I see. I am an adult. Then as an adult, can I ask something? Wazoo, What is it? Wazoo, I am sorry if I make a mistake, but how should I explain this? I could read inside your heart sort of. It seems that you are lives in hurry, an impatient person, eh? Wazoo, I am still a husband of 196 wives. I have eyes that can read a people and I got such feeling from Wazoo. Grave, am I impatient? Certainly, my head is full of thought about Meru right now. Grave.San is not a bad person, he would be a reassuring ally if he wanted to cooperate. I honestly told about Meru. The reason behind this, destination, and I also told him about the peddler who dresses all black just in case. BDNV, I see. You are heading to Hot Spring Town to save a dragon child. Alright, I understand the situation. Then, I'll help with that. Grave, Really? Wazoo, no problem. I was originally planned to go to Hot Spring Town. Besides, aren't we friends already? Grave, friends. Right. Thank you very much. Wazoo, friend. It's been a long time since someone told me that. Following Orlando, this is a new friend of mine. Honestly, I am very happy. However, I feel there is something else besides this matter about Meru. Is there anything else you can think of? Grave, something else. Is there such a thing? Nothing comes to my mind in particular. Wazoo, I am. I couldn't think of anything. If nothing comes to your mind, perhaps Wazoo.Sama himself may be unconscious about it so that he couldn't think of it. Freud, FOMO. I wonder if that's the case. Grave. Wazoo. Grave. Freud, splash. Freud was here all of a sudden, so I stood up unconsciously. You. How did you come in? Wazoo, yes. I entered the bath normally after I washed my body normally, but what of it? Freud, no, I completely didn't notice it. Wazoo, because I am a butler. Freud, are you trying to clean up everything with that words? Wazoo, fufufu. Because I am a butler. Freud, that's right, because butler is such a thing. Grave, I don't agree with Grave.San. Wazoo, Wazoo is too concerned about the small details. Grave, that's right. Freud, that's not the point here. Wazoo, my scream and two laughs echoed in the hot spring. Chapter 82. You are listening at novelfull.audio. We left the port town and started our journey to the hot spring town on the next day. Austin Town's Hot Springs district is located in the southwest direction of this town. Grave. San taught me that we need 5 days on foot to reach it. Fish was really conspicuous when we were looking for food supplies for the journey, as expected of Port Town. But we abandoned the idea and purchased dried meat that would last longer instead. It seems that vegetables aren't produced locally here. Too bad. I could have purchased a lot fish and store it inside space. Time magic if only Meru was here. Eddie et. The journey to Austin Town hadn't any particular problems. 2 days have passed and now is the 3rd day. Around the noon, 5 men suddenly appeared in front of us while we were following the road towards Austin Town. Stop. Don't move from that place. What is this? Wazoo, would you mind handing over all of your money and luggage to me? It's bandits. Swords and knives. Man in the center of the group who is holding a spear speaks to us. Their attires don't look like those of bandits at all, it's ordinary villagers' clothes that make you feel a sense of cleanliness. Though their faces are truly bandit-like. I am afraid we can't do that, Freud. While Freud gave a polite reply, Grave. San showed me a face as if asking about what should we do. However, the other party didn't wait. It can't be helped, you are going to leave this place stark naked. I thought I would stop with luggage and money alone if you didn't refuse at first. It seems that bandits don't intend to take our lives. I don't know whether it's a kind or not. The 5 bandits approached us. Okay, battle start. When we were preparing to intercept that attack, someone suddenly ran through our side from behind and approached the man in the center. She is a good-looking woman with stout figure. Having no time to stop when it looked dangerous, the woman who was getting closer to bandits jumped in with kicking position towards the man in the center instead. The man in the center of group didn't avoid the kick and got blown off to the back. What does this mean? You have a child now, why don't you work properly? Inigo. TL. Inigo equals elder sister, Aniki equals elder brother. No, even I wanted to do proper job, but the boss in my workplace was a nasty guy, so I hit him without thinking and stopped. Because of that, in order to earn my angel's milk cost, I became a bandit. Such a stupid reason. Do you think our child will grow up into a decent person from money that you earned as a bandit? No, but... Don't give me stupid excuses. They seem to be a married couple who probably just had their first baby. The father became a bandit to earn milk costs. I want to give some money to that figure. Although he said that it was an angel a while ago, I am curious whether their child's name is really Angel or just a metaphor. If that is his name, it's going to be a problem in the future. Especially if their child resemble the father, further problems are likely to arise. By the way, what about Angel? I entrusted her to father. I came after listening to mother that you might be playing banditry again. I was ashamed and couldn't tell father. What is embarrassing? Then, can you tell our daughter that she grew up from money that her father earned as a bandit? Inigo, Aniki doesn't has other choice. You shut up. This is a problem of my family. Yes, oh, he was silent after a single shout. This lady wears terrible force. I wonder what we should do. I want to leave this place at once. You there can leave now. Sorry because my idiot husband disturbed your journey, no problem. Wazoo, then let's get going, that's what I wanted to say, but I couldn't find the 2 companions around. Grave. San is standing next to the woman and Freud is standing next to the man. It's as this lady says. You should get a proper job to raise your child. I agree with this lady. Grave, why? You No, no, I couldn't accept it. First of all, it's important to earn money so that the child would grow properly. You can teach the child strictly so they don't walk in the same path as their parent later. I am on this man's side. Freud, why don't you? Huh? Are you participating? Why don't we just leave them alone? Even I don't feel like poking my nose at other people's household problems. The remaining 4 bandits talked something with each other in whispers and separated themselves towards man who was called Aniki and woman who was called Inigo, 2 people each. It has become a confrontation of 4 versus 4 now. Ha! Could it be? 8 people in front of me turned their eyes to me all at once. Of course Wazoo is an ally of women, right? Grave, there is no doubt that Wazoo.sama will choose this side, right? Freud, oops, the decision seems decided by whom I choose. All of you are cowards. Let's try to escape. No, 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 it has nothing to do with me. She said we could leave, so why don't we go now? Wazoo, not good. This is one of the problems that you aren't supposed to avoid by all means. We should settle it here and now. Grave, I agree. This is no longer just their problem. So, which side is right? Wazoo.sama? Freud, I failed to escape. These guys are entering their own pace. I feel that Grave.san simply wants to support the female, on the other side Freud just favored the male's effort. No way, why did you shove their problem at me? What should I do now? We are going nowhere at this rate. I exhale a big sigh and I advanced my way towards the women. Well then, after considering carefully I choose this side, Wazoo, Yosha. That's Wazoo boy for you. I knew he would support me. Grave, that's a lie. I was betrayed by Wazoo.sama. Freud reaction is exaggerating but I know it just an act. The woman camp raised their hands in joy while the man camp disheartened, but of course Freud alone is different. I exhale a big sigh after talking to Freud a little. I said to the woman, I hope she becomes a good child. To the man, pull yourself together. And secretly handed out some gold coins I borrowed from Freud a while ago. After that, since we had no more business in this place anymore, we continued our journey to Asan town again. Looking back, the woman was waving her hands greatly while the man was lowering his head deeply in gratitude, but I hope their child isn't named Angel. Proofreader. Ninetail Vixen. Sponsored by Pyotr ***. Chapter 83. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. This is the 4th day of our journey towards Asan town. While we were tidying our camping equipment, Freud noticed a man approaching this place. I stopped my hands and turned my attention to the man. He was walking here in a carefree manner and stopped at the point where each other's attacks could reach. As he was getting closer, I could see him wearing very light clothes, deep green tights and short sword on his waist. A queasy feeling came from his long and narrow eyes, even though he has reasonably good face. I wonder if it's his habit to mess around with his bangs. While doing so, he looking at us with an appraising eyes. You've also come for that, huh? Could it be you are thinking that you can win? What is it? Wazoo, Hugh. Are you playing dumb here? I can tell, you see. You are also challengers, aren't you? In other words, you are my rivals, got it. I want to hit him once for the time being. What is this challenger thing? Wazoo, when I asked what was that all about, a response came from Grave.san. You didn't know Wazoo? Housue.chan, the northern hero who currently lives in the hot spring town. Asan, has vowed to become a bride for a man that win against her. Because of that, those who are confident with their strength all over continent have came to challenge Housue.chan, but nobody could win even though various people have challenged her so far. Grave, I see. Wazoo, Housue has never been defeated so far. She is quite strong, I guess. So, in other words, you guys have come for such a thing, right? I'd like to say what kind of thing it is. For a moment I forgot about him, or rather are you still here? Get lost already. Like I said, you guys have no chance because I'm going to defeat Hosue. I will do it. Got it. So, can you give me your money? Got it. TL. This is the way he talks. There are some parts that I'm not sure the meaning as well. This guy is annoying. In short, he is doing bandit-like things here, right? Targeting the challengers. I wonder if he is quite strong. I can't see that though. Moreover, this side has me, Grave.San and S.Rank adventurer, and Freud a fake butler. I don't think we will lose, except for Freud. However, such idea didn't transmit to the man. The man in front of us, while still fiddling with his hair, pulled out a short sword with his vacant hand and directed its tip towards us. I thought would finish this quickly, but Freud interrupted me before I could advance. This fellow, there is no worth for Wazoo.Sama to lay his hands on him. Please leave it to me, Freud. No, I don't mind it. Because I will get it done in a moment, Wazoo. Well, wait a moment, Wazoo. Let's leave this guy to Freud here. I have seen Wazoo's strength on the ship a while back, but I never saw Freud's fighting strength. Grave, certainly. I don't remember ever seeing Freud fighting in full power. Oh, I'm getting interested now. Then, I leave him to you, Wazoo. Thank you very much, Freud. Freud bows elegantly and turns back to the man. I will be your opponent, Freud. Okay, let's start with you. I will make you a prey of my sword. The sword's tip lunged at Freud in a sharp thrust at the same time he said so, however Freud avoided it with minimum movement. A man dropped his short sword when Freud hit his hand with a chop, before they passed each other because a man couldn't stop his advance. Freud turned his body slowly. It had become a situation where each other standing position swapped. More importantly, his hand hadn't stopped playing with his bangs during that time, or rather he is more concerned with his hair than the fight. It was a splendid attack, Freud, you too pretty good. I never thought you dodged my first attack brilliantly, because I am a butler, Freud. Oi, why are you praising each other without a care in the world? Just hurry up and finish him already. I mean, this guy was just playing around with his hair since beginning. I'm getting frustrated just by looking at him. Also how he speak in roundabout way is annoying. Fummel. His attack was impressive. Freud's also doing pretty well. Grave, a person next to me was calmly analyzing the battle. No, what Grave.San said may be true, but I could care less whether Freud is strong or not anymore. I'm just bothered by this man who doesn't stop playing with his bangs since a while ago. Well then, this is my turn to attack. Freud is going to attack the man. Wait a moment. Freud put his hand on a short sword in front of him, but the man's words stopped Freud's advance. Freud waited dutifully. What's the matter? Is there a problem? Freud, yeah, a big problem. Because of the previous movement my bangs have fallen into disorder. Please wait a moment because I will fix it soon. Freud nods and waits on the spot in the meantime. What are you doing? No, that's enough. Let's finish him and leave this place. However, on contrary to such thoughts of me, the man began to carefully fix his bangs. Hey, you're in the middle of fighting, right? Don't stop the fight just because your bangs got disordered, Wazoo. When he heard my complaint, the man stared at me with serious look and shouted. Of course his hands didn't stop touching his bangs. He is still doing it. Stop it, please stop it now. I won't be popular with women if my hair is disheveled. What are you saying? There aren't any women here in the first place. You don't have to worry about such thing. However, I tried to ask a good-looking person next door just in case. Is that so? Wazoo, no, I think it's important, but I don't think it's a good time for it. Grave, I bet. Wazoo, that I have same thoughts as Grave.San. So, what's with this guy? The moment we turn our eyes to see his foolishness, two shadows jump from the woods behind towards me and grave.san, yeehaw. Your back is open. I knew that there were people there since the beginning, the same goes for grave.san I guess. We silenced each of them with a single blow. I see, in other words this annoying man draw our attention as a decoy, and the other two people were going to attack us from behind. Well, they were choosing wrong opponents this time. If you look carefully, the man who is still playing with his bangs despite this situation turned pale. Ah. Could it be I am in dire situation now? Stop playing with your hair already. After that, the man who had been made bald, other two people, and a written paper containing, "These guys are criminals," were hung on tree. Good for him, he didn't have to worry about his bangs got disordered anymore, so I'd like him to thank us later. In the end, Freud's strength remained a mystery, but I decided not to think about it anymore. Proofreader. Ninetail Vixen ***. Chapter 84. You are listening at novelfull.audio. We arrived at Asan town on the evening of the fourth day. It seems like we had been moving faster than expected. In order to enter inside the town, I showed my guild card with the status hidden to the gatekeeper. Once in the past, they seemed to use some kind of ancient relic to confirm identity of person who enters the town. Is that necessary? I look around, there seems to be no one who acts like that other than me. The gatekeeper sends me a wry smile. There is only simple fence surrounded this town, there were no high walls like in the other cities. I asked for the reason, it seems because the scenery of Hot Spring Town will be ruined so they removed the walls. However, he taught me that there is invisible magic barrier that always protected the town. Other things he taught me, this town is divided into 3 sections. They seems to be called Mixed Bath District, Men Bath District, Women Bath District, their difference are just like how it sounded. Most of people went to the district following their own gender, that as expected. There seems to be soldiers who entered Mixed Bath District very rarely, but most of time there were only men inside. Although in the past Mixed Bath District only used for bathing, recently over there, borrowing a wisdom from certain shop in the south, a place that dedicated as commonplace for men and women to soak only the foot called footbath was made. It seems that place was popular and more people come to Mixed Bath District. Actually, it seems that the magic barrier was also a wisdom from that store, people in this town revered highly of the store owner. For a moment, I remembered the all-black dressed peddler when I hear about this store. But thinking back about the change in this town, it's likely a different person. I mean, the owner of this store thought something amazing. If by any chance I come back to my hometown, I'd like to visit the store. I asked them to return my guild card while talking. After that we enter the Hot Spring Town, Asan. It seems the place we entered was the entrance of Mixed Bath District. It's already late night so we are planning to look for inn to stay a night. I want to go looking for Meru at once, but an unfamiliar town, moreover night time, I don't know where should I start without slightest clue. I abandon the idea for tomorrow. I hope Meru stays safe. All inns in the Mixed Bath District were fully booked so we headed to the Men Bath District. But after a little thinking, we all decided to go back and stay in a barn at the Mixed Bath District. Because in the Men Bath District, muscular men who seems to be Houseway challengers are all over the place. There are times when the heat of hot spring get into their heads and a fight broke. That district has turned into a lively, noisy place. I think that our judgment isn't wrong. We ask for permission from the innkeeper and spend the night inside a barn. On the next day, we were allowed to use hot spring because of the innkeeper's kindness. I decided to search for Houseway as the first step in looking for Meru whereabouts. I asked the innkeeper, apparently Houseway Fighting Challenge has become #1 entertainment in this town so the location was found out immediately. Houseway fight her challenger on the big stage in the middle of town. It seems that some people especially comes here to watch it. Based on the information we all headed to that place. There are 2 people on the stage, man and woman. The man showed off his exquisitely well-trained body with proud to stir up the audience. He wields a giant sword that seems to be able to cut a tree in single strike. With one hand, he swings a giant sword from overhead while making buzzing sound to stir up the audience even more. On the other side, standing to confront the man is a small tall girl around 14 years old. Her hair color is bright green. Part of her hair were arranged to stand with hairpin in such a way resemble two horns. Is that pajamas? It just as I said. She wore a loose clothes from top to bottom, both of her hands are hidden inside over long sleeves. This is the very appearance of someone who just woke up, not someone who is going to enter the battle. However, what caught my attention the most are her eyes. On a small face where the childness remains, there are sleepy half-opened eyes with dark red color. I think she had swallowed the red ball, but I didn't see a crack anywhere on her body. How come? That peddler said that he wanted me to meet that girl, there is no doubt. And from his words, I came to understand that he was talking about this little girl I'm seeing right now, the northern hero Hosue. The battle in front of me ended with an overwhelming victory of this Hosue girl. Along with a war cry, the man swung his giant sword towards Hosue. However, Hosue didn't move an inch, seemed sleepy and yawned. The audience who didn't know about Hosue would have thought the battle ended with that attack. However, the giant sword never cut Hosue. The moment it touched her body, the giant sword crumbled down and shattered. The audiences get all excited because of the sight, while the man turns his eyes at Hosue as if just seeing an illusion. Well, even I can do the same. There was no Hosue's figure at the end of a man's line of sight because she had moved beside him. Then, with a fist that Hosue casually released, a man's body flew somewhere to unknown place out of the town. The audience understood that Hosue's victory has been established. They raised a cry of celebration even without knowing about what was just happened. No less of the world's strongest, that her strength is a real deal. Even I'm not sure I can win from her, Grave, the world's strongest. Wazoo, I carelessly reacted to Grave.San's murmur. Yeah, that's Hosue Chan's nickname. Just like, the whirlwind, of mine, Grave, I see, Wazoo, certainly, that was one of inhuman strength. Ordinary sword will crumble just by hitting her. Let's not think about myself. More importantly, where is Meru right now? Does it mean she is in Hosue's place? I restlessly look around the surrounding area but couldn't find Meru's figure. I thought whether I should ask Hosue directly. Our lines of sight meet when I turn my eyes at Hosue. He stares for a moment and slowly approaches me. She speaks words while standing on the stage in front of me. Are you the person that child was talking about? Hosue. Chapter 85. You are listening at novelfull.audio. I'm following Hosue. She said that she would take me to Meru. I was guided to her temporary residence in this awesome town. It's good that she is willing to guide me. I'm grateful. What a nice place. I mean, her temporary residence is in the women bath district. This place is normally off-limits for men. The surrounding women surely think, why is there a man here? Their gaze are scraping my HP. Please excuse me. Please pardon me. Please forgive me. Hosue brought me to this place. The gatekeeper at the entrance of Women Bath District give me an entry permit because of one word from Hosue. As expected of the world's strongest. I don't want to admit it, but I feel a little excited when I set foot on the Garden of Women. No, it's normal, every man surely will get excited. But at the same time a regret feeling dominated me. Somehow, I feel out of place. I just entered but unable to stay still. I want to leave this place at once. By the way, Grave.San told me that his wife was working here. I didn't know where he is now. Freud has gone somewhere because he has some kind of errands. So, I am the only man in this place. I'm really sorry. Please don't stare at me with those eyes. Please. I am following Housue from behind with such feelings. Not long, we arrived at her place, it seems an inn. The steam from hot spring was rising from behind the building, typical sight of inn in this town. Housue entered in normally and I also followed her afterward. The inn staffs and the guests inside directed their attention at us, I couldn't calm down at all. The inn staffs lowered their heads when Housue passed by and the guests started to make noise. Their attitudes changed immediately after realized that I was behind her. The surrounding have the same facial expression as if telling, "Who is this man?" Some of them clicked their tongues. I want to see Meru and immediately leave this place. This place is not paradise at all. Housue stopped in front of a door of certain room, then she prompted me to go inside. Is Meru really inside? I mean, we just met. Can I trust her? It might be a trap. Well, even if this is a trap, I have no choice but to go inside. I open the door and take a peek inside, over there. Meru, who is being pampered by a large number of women like a king, was there. The black crystal from that time seems to have disappeared already. Meru was being taken care of by the women around her. Just opening her mouth and the women around feed her food. Her body seems to have been thoroughly polished. More importantly, what are you doing? I mean, Meru is female, right? I can see this composition if you are a male, but why the women? Oh, I see, she is loved as a pet, right? I wonder what this is. I'm glad that she was safe, but what should I do with this indescribable feeling? Before I came here, I think Meru has been doing like this for a long time. Damn. I am not envious at all. Damn it. When I immersed myself on the spot with such dark thought, Housue pushes me from behind. Is she telling me to quickly go inside? I entered the room while being pushed by Housue. Meru, who saw my figure, jumped on the spot, flew, and collided with my face. I tried to spread both hands and receive Meru, but she drove straight to my face as expected. She climbs up to the top of my head and with Q3. She began to relax herself there. Pesci. She started to beat my face with her forefoot to protest because I was late to get her. No, weren't you enjoying yourself in this place? The women who saw this situation were looking at me with envious eyes. I am enjoying the feeling on my head after a long absence while receiving such a gaze. I suddenly noticed. Did you get a little heavier? Wazoo, Kyu, Meru protested to my murmur with beating my face rather stronger than before. Sorry. You have grown. Wazoo, Meru stopped hitting me, it seems she was convinced. She began relaxing herself again on my head. I stroked Meru's head. Housue stepped forward and said to the women in this room. Need to talk with this person. Please go out. Housue, yes, the women nodded on Housue's words and leave the room obediently while waving their hands towards Meru. There are only me, Meru, and Housue remains in this place. Housue confirmed they had left the place. Housue sit on a rag called cushion in slow movement and beckoning me to sit down as well. As this child said. It seems you are her guardian, Housue, Meru said it. Do you understand her words? Wazoo, because I am a dragon descendant. A Ryujin, Housue, TL. Equals human dragon. Sounds weird for me, so I use the original. Any better idea? I see, the two protruded hair that stand on her head represent the horns of a dragon. Anything else? Housue, then, do you know what is going on now? Wazoo, about the ball. I swallowed it. Understand everything, Housue, she understood but still swallowed it. So why did she? Is it over? Then, main subject, Housue, the main subject. Wazoo, fight me. Housue. Chapter 86. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Housue told me to fight with her. Why is that? Wazoo, that's. Haosue. From that point Haosue slowly spoke, or more like muttered about her purpose. To put it briefly, when training oneself, she realized that she couldn't find someone who were stronger than her in the surrounding anymore. She couldn't tell the reason about why she was obsessed with strength. As she continued seeking for the greater strength, she challenged those who were said to be strong all over the place and kept being victorious. From there people started to call her Northern Hero. People who came to challenge her has started to appear this time. She was in this town hoping to find a good opponent. In order to gather more challengers, she added a condition to become a bride of person who can defeat her. If there is a person who can win, it seems she really don't mind to marry him. But someone who could defeat her never appeared. She spent every day with nothing but boredom. She started to wonder whether this was her limit. One day, a peddler who dressed in black presented her a red ball that said could make her stronger even more. Haosue, who greedily seeking for strength, swallowed it. She got even stronger, but no one could hold a candle to Haosue because of that. It said that she began to spend more time with lazing around than before. She seemed to never go out from her room except when heading to the stage. It was at such time that Meru appeared. Then she heard about me from Meru. Heard from that child. Really strong. Stronger than her father. Haosue, well. Wazoo, I'm certainly strong. I don't know how strong her father was. However, I think that I was stronger. But that child said you were stronger than me. Therefore, I won't expect it. But fight me, Haosue, Wazoo, to fight such small girl, as expected that's. But I don't want to leave her who had swallowed the red ball from that peddler alone. If I defeat her, I wonder if her body will also become cracked. I don't want to see that. But I don't know the way to cure it. What should I do? When I was deep in thought, Haosue cautioned me. I'm going to win anyways. You can understand when you see this. See it for yourself, Haosue. Having said that, Haosue handed a guild card out of her clothes. Ha! This. Where did you take it? It's somewhat warm. Stop it. It's better to not think about it. Her guild card was in the state which can be seen already. Haosue's status was written there, so I read it. Skills. Battle King, LVL, Axe, Compound, Tactics King, LVL, Axe, Compound, Dragon.ization, Unique, Special Magic. Dragon, LVL, Axe, Unique, Super Recovery, LVL, Axe, Compound, Body Reinforcement, LVL.7, Total Tolerance, LVL.8, State Abnormal Invalidity, Hero, LVL.6, Demon Lord, LVL.1 It Kumis. I can tell that her status are high, but I don't know the differences compared to my status. I mean, my status are written on texts, not numbers. So, let's see the skills explanation. Battle King, LVL, Max, Compound. Can use martial techniques and handle all kinds weapons with this skill. You will be able to use variety of weapons and martial arts better. It's possible to become the first-rate weapon user or master of martial arts as the level goes up. Ha! What is this? Tactics King, LVL, Max, Compound. Instantly understand all kinds of war situation and find the way to break through. Situation understanding, sense perception, and skills will be put on work together using this skill. Those processes will be getting faster as the level goes up. It's become possible to make correct judgment based on own knowledge. Dragon.ization, Unique. Transform into a dragon with status rises significantly. Is this unique skill of Ryujin people? Special Magic. Dragon, LVL, Max, Unique. Magic that can only be used in dragon form. Can shoot various breath attacks as the level goes up. My special magic, God, also seems have the same condition with this. Super Recovery, LVL, Max, Compound. Increase natural HP and MP recovery speed. The speed will be getting faster as the level goes up. Ha! Are you perhaps never getting tired with this skill? Body reinforcement, LVL.7. Increase muscle strength, speed, etc. to assist various body movement. It will be strengthened accordingly as the level goes up and complex movements are also becoming possible. So why can I fight with this much power even though I don't have this skill? It's just a guess. Could it be my basic status is already so high? I am no longer a human as expected. No, let's stop at that. Don't think about it too deeply. Total resistance, LVL.8. Resistance to all kinds of attributes attacks increases. Greater resistance as the level goes up. I don't have to think about this stuff because of VIT and MND status in my case. State abnormal invalidity. Invalidate all kinds of state abnormality. I want the eat. Mine is almost invalid. I want this skill the most. Hero, LVL.6. Those who save the world. Status significantly rises. The status correction will further increase as the level goes up. As expected of hero skill. But it has been sealed. Demon Lord, LVL.1. Those who destroy the world. Maximal status rise correction. The status rise correction will become even higher as the level goes up and you will be able to use special skills. Perhaps this is due to the influence of a red ball. To put it together. She isn't that strong, right? But there is Demon Lord stuff on her race. She wasn't an opponent that normal people could win. More than anything, her basic status and skills are too specialized for battle. Though I don't think I will lose against her. Chapter 87. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Housue spoke in disappointed voice as if she had lost interest when she saw me checking her guild card in deep thought. So. Understand now. No one can win against me, Housue, then, why do you still want to fight me? Wazoo, Housue looked up at the void as she thought, slowly returned her line of sight at me and slightly tilted her head. Because there is nothing else to do. Housue, the influence of demonization. Well, that's not likely. Perhaps because she got too strong and no one around is strong enough to compete with her, she felt like losing her goal. She just wanted to fight out of the habit. Looking at Housue like that, she certainly seems has lost her spirit in life. You also can't refuse, Housue, why is that? Wazoo, Housue pointed at Meru. That I sheltered that child. Took care of her. Gave her food. I can't talk back when she bring that up. I don't mean to refuse but I'm not sure if this is going to be safe for her. Because she took care of Meru, I want to save this little girl in front of me. However, I can't think of a good plan to realize it at present. To tell the truth, I need time but I don't think have the leeway. I don't know when the bat-like wings or other stuffs will start to grow like those people who swallowed the red ball. I think that I should not waste time any longer. That I understand. I will accept it, but can you give me some time? Wazoo, then 10 minutes later, Housue, understood. That sounds goo. Wait, too short. Why only 10 minutes? Wazoo, 1 hour later. Housue, that's nothing different. I mean, let's put it for another day. Wazoo, then, tomorrow. Housue, give me more time. Wazoo, that you said a difficult thing. Housue, I said nothing difficult. Wazoo, in the end. We decided to fight at noon 2 days later. Sigh. For now, I have to find a breakthrough strategy during this next 2 days. I left the room while thinking about it. In the outside, a woman with sexy smile was looking at me. She wore overlapped thin fabric from top to bottom, there is a thick band wrapped around her abdomen part, this is the first time I saw this kind of clothes. Her hair was tied up to behind, there were also some golden decoration inserted in some place on that parts. The mole under her eye emphasizes her bewitching features. Being stared at by such a beautiful woman, I involuntarily make a gulp sound. That woman slowly walks towards me. Ha! Me. Then, she gracefully bowed and introduced herself. Nice to meet you, Wazoo.san. I am the lord of this awesome town and also Graves' wife. My name is Serena. Serena, sure, I wonder what. I calmed down at once. Nice to meet you too, my name is Wazoo. So. Does Grave.san's wife need something from me? Wazoo, yes, there is also request from Grave. Since the inn to stay has been decided, I came here to guide Wazoo.san to that place. Serena, oh, I see. So, I am in your care, Wazoo. I am heading to the inn under the guidance of Serena.san. On the way, I hear a man screaming from somewhere far away. Did you hear the scream just now? Wazoo, yes, it seems some foolish man had tried to enter the woman bath district to peep. Serena, no. But it was a scream. Since there is no wall in this town, own people think the security in this town is lacking and they can peep women to their heart contents. In fact, there are tremendous number of traps, invisible barrier, inhibition of recognition from outsider, etc. Various means had taken. Even if this is the southern hero, he won't be able to enter women bath district without permission. The shop that install it said so. Serena, this is really strict. Wazoo, yeah. When installing it that person said, search destroy peeping Tom, truly impressive words. Serena, L.RG, TL. Search destroy here is using English spelling, search destroy. What is that? Wazoo, it seems something like murder on the spot when get found. Serena, SRY, Wazoo, what was that scary sounding words? I mean, I wonder what happened to the man who screamed earlier. Well, it's his own fault. We returned to Mixed Bath District. I was guided to the third floor of the largest and luxurious inn in this district. Is this the place? Wazoo, yes, this is the inn I manage. I prepare the best room in this place. I am very sorry for yesterday because no room was available. Grave also said that I should prioritize customers, but I never thought you all would stay on a barn. Serena, no, it was nothing big. I don't care about it, Wazoo, I feel relieved if you says so. Then, I will show you to your room, Serena. Upon entering the inn, the staffs bowed to Serena.san before return to their work. There are also some customers who knew her occasionally greets her. Serena.san carefully responds while guiding me. The room we entered is really wide and gorgeous. The room also uses furniture that seems expensive. Honestly, is this really okay for someone like me to use this room? However, the scenery from this room was also stunning. I thought that it's really worth to stay in the room with such scenery. On the table in the middle of such room Grave.san was drinking leisurely alone. Noticed me coming, he raised one hand to invite me. Yo Wazoo. Are you finished with Housue? I mean, is that Meru on the top of your head? Grave, yeah, I'm going to fight her after 2 days. Meru, that's Grave.san my friend. Come, say hello to him, Wazoo, Kui, Meru, oh I am Wazoo's friend, Grave. Best regards. Grave, that's right, maybe Grave.san can teach me something to solve this problem. I thought so and talked about Housue's situation, the red ball, and what happened to people who swallowed it. Grave.san who heard it looked up in thought after, He turned back his eyes at me. Something like that happened, huh? Sorry but I can't think of anything. How about you Serena? Grave, let's see, Housue.san doesn't cause problems in particular either, on the contrary, the business is booming as a result of the challengers who came to this town. I would like her to return to normal safely if possible. But please forgive me. I also don't know any means to help her. I can't be any help, please excuse me, Serena, no, please don't mind it. I can't come up with anything either, Wazoo, the two couldn't help me either. I wonder if Freud knows something. He isn't here, but let's ask just in case. However, I don't know when he will come back. But even Grave.San doesn't know anything, so I don't think he would. I am on my wit's end here. I even feel wanting to ask God for help right now. God. Goddess.